And welcome back to more Bucky here, where last time we left off we were able to go to the green planet and rescue Blinky. So now it's off to the yellow planet to find Willy. And Willy's going to be really useful for his offense, and his laser gun can do a lot of damage, which is always a good thing. This first part starts off with these worms that are really annoying to deal with because you kind of have to hit them in the head and they fly in all these irregular patterns. So what we gotta do is just deal with it as we see it. And fortunately we get another extra life, always good. But see, since I have been doing a lot of traveling lately, I was unable to record, but I am glad to be getting back into it, because this is one game I really do want to finish. Let's just go ahead and take this while we're here too. And yeah, the stage is doesn't really throw as much at you as far as instant death hazards go, but it's more or less just throwing a lot of enemies at you, and that is one thing that we do have to be aware of as we just progress through this place. And there are pits that we can fall into, so that's always never any fun. So, yeah, this first part is just a bunch of ships. I mean, fortunately, it's not too bad, but at the same time, it just gets annoying. But at least they don't do a whole lot of damage, otherwise we'd be in a lot of trouble if they did. So instead, we just gotta make our way across here. And what I do like about Blinky's weapon is that he can, do a little bit more damage. I mean, his damage is probably a little bit less than Bucky, but at least, Blinky can hit things from above, which is always good. And I don't like getting ambushed by those stupid ships. One thing I never really enjoyed about this game is getting ambushed by stuff. But now we got this section where you have to go across all these flying ships. And this part does get pretty fun because you do have a lot of complex platforming. You also have a lot of just a lot of stuff to deal with in general. Okay, let's see how we're gonna do this. Nope, can't get that one. Yeah, unfortunately this is kind of a waiting game, which is why I'm glad there's no time limit in this place. I mean, there's no time limit in this game in general, otherwise this game would be pretty much impossible. And see, fortunately, the screen also scrolls, so if you go back up, at least you can go back down and not die. That is actually something not to be taken for granted in an NES game. And so instead, we just gotta avoid these meteors and also these ships shooting at us. That's always a pain to deal with. Alright, good, made it. Let's see, for this next part, let's see, we gotta make it across these meteors. And then we have to land on the planet, which is gonna be pretty challenging. Okay, that was a lot closer than that needed to be. But you do have to be aware that sometimes, a meteorite can just pick you up and carry you if you happen to be like right underneath it, or right over it. Yeah, like that right there. So that is something that we do have to be careful of. Alright, good. So I'm just trying to go with the ones that are going up, because I feel like that's a little bit safer. I think I might have picked that one up with Bucky. Oh well. And then we get this section, where this cart just flies across the screen, and yeah, we just have to time our jumps here. I mean, fortunately this part doesn't get too hard, it's just it'll catch you off guard the first time you do it because of how fast this cart's going. Which is one thing I do like about this game. It's just how diverse the level design is, and I mean, you guys will see a whole lot more examples of that as we go along. But this is my first time recording in a while, so I mean, I might be a little bit rusty in this part. I mean, not as far as my gameplay goes, I think as far as my commentary goes. I mean, that's really the only thing I'm worried about at this point in the game. I mean, we haven't hit the really, really hard stuff in this game yet, but that'll be happening pretty soon. Now we gotta duck. Yes, because now I gotta deal with spikes and minecarts, which is always fun. And of course, spikes and anything is always fun. Now it just takes careful timing. And then just making our jumps here. Yeah, fortunately the jumps aren't too tricky here. It's just getting past all this stuff. And now for the boss, this Toad, I don't know, warship or something. But either way, what I'm gonna do now is I'm just gonna take out the bottom cannon. And this thing does have 2 instant kill attacks. There's this big ass laser that this thing shoots. And also sometimes it likes to charge across the screen. And then I'm pretty sure it's gonna use the big ass laser soon. So we just gotta get down. And fortunately with Bucky you can get some pot shots in while it's charging across. But either way, it does pay to be a little bit more patient against this guy. But he's not so tough. And with that said, that is the end of the yellow planet. And we're gonna get Willy back, which is always great for our offense. From what I understand in the cartoon, that I guess Willy was part of some, or was a boy genius that was part of some interdimensional warp or something. So then he ended up joining Bucky's crew. And then this is the laser gun that Willy has. Kind of an odd name for it. But then again, he is a boy nerd. And then it works the same as the Mega Buster, except the only tricky part with this thing is that you are standing still as you're as you're charging it. So that's always something that gets a little bit annoying. But with that said, I'm gonna go ahead and call the video, so join me next time as we set off to the Red Planet and rescue Deadeye. See you then!